So, Jesus fulfilled Psalm 1 and 10 verse 4 but will someday return and fulfill verses 3, 2, and 1. That doesn't make sense. But here's what does. In Exodus 28, God describes exactly what his priests must wear: a golden crown, a robe, a girdle, a breastplate, and an ephod. These garments were holy and only worn by priests. But the ephod was a very special piece. When Abiathar fled Saul's slaughter, he ran straight to David carrying the ephod. Why? Because the ephod was a doorway for all priests to minister to and communicate with God. David saw Abiathar's terrifying look and said, "Bring me the ephod." And he used it to inquire of God about Saul. That along suggests David functioned as a priest. But let's gather more precepts. As high priest, David reorganized the Levitical priesthood after years of neglect, restoring the priests, musicians, gatekeepers, and treasurers of the temple. He divided the sons of Aaron into 24 courses, a system that lasted into the Second Temple. Only a priest can set priestly orders, but that was his temple duties. Let's check out his ministry. 1 Chronicles 15 says David was clothed in a fine linen robe, as were the rest of the priests that carried the ark. The scripture points out that David was wearing an ephod, which again, only a priest can wear by law. David not only wore the ephod, but he also danced before the Lord while wearing it. That's a ministering priest. And it's the same thing Samuel did as a young boy. 1 Samuel says, "But Samuel ministered unto the Lord as a child, wearing a linen ephod." Ever wondered why Zadok and Abiathar never bicker over the high priest position until after David died? Because they both understood that David was the high priest, and that the Levitical priesthood functioned beneath the Melchizedek one. David's priesthood is an ancient priest-king pattern first seen in Melchizedek and reappearing centuries later through David to restore the broken Levitical priesthood. David fulfilled Psalm 1 and 10 verse 4, becoming an eternal priest coupled with his eternal throne. If Torah didn't say it, why do you believe it?